What's up, guys? Oh, Dean here. I am out cycling, and this is just a beautiful spot that I wanted to stop and take a moment to share some thoughts that are going on in my head. I'm in the middle of nowhere, but where I am right now is I am on a mountain trail just outside Penticton called Three Blind Mice, and I'm on a blue trail called Ponderosa. I'll put a link to Three Blind Mice and the amount of cycling trails that are in and around Penticton, and specifically on Three Blind Mice. It is insane. Just further to the video that I shared yesterday about why my wife and I moved to Penticton from Winnipeg, I thought I would just do some vlogs and share just different areas in and around Penticton and just show you guys how beautiful this place really is. I'm gonna be looking around just because I'm by myself out on the trails. And a word of advice: go prepared when you go out, especially when you're by yourself. Bring a backpack with you. I got my backpack here, and I have some snacks with me. I have a water bottle. I have stuff to make a fire if I ever needed to, but I don't think I'll be needing to. And then I also have this here, which is bear mace, and I carry this with me just in case, and I hope I never have to use it every time I make it back to home or the vehicle or whatever. And this is not used, that's good. I never want to have to use this, but I have it with me just in case. And you literally just like pop off this orange cap here, and then the yellow part is where it comes out, and it shoots out something like 20 feet, and it empties in like 5-6 seconds. So it goes far and fast, and I've never used it. I never want to use it, but I carry it with me just in case, and I have it easily accessible as well from my backpack. The way that I carry it, I just have my backpack here, and I have a little pouch, and I just like zip it up, and I keep the head part out, and that way it's just like easily accessible, and I can just like slide it out if I need to. What else? Sorry, I'm just gonna do a perimeter check. Actually, I walked up here with my bike because it's a pretty steep climb. I just use the service road, which there's a lot of trails, and then what I'm learning as well, being from the prairies, being a prairie boy now, being out in the mountains and cycling, is that there's trails in the mountain, but then they also have service roads, and so they have like kind of like quad size roads where they can take quads up and then bring materials, shovels, haul equipment up when they work and build trails. But these service roads are typically not as much of an incline as say if you were to like, I don't know why you would do this, but if you were to like ride up the trail. I've gone hiking up the trails that you usually bike down, because they are like nice paths that you can also go hiking on. But these service trails are really nice, and they like lead you to access points of a whole bunch of different routes, so it's a lot of fun. There is just like kilometers and kilometers and kilometers of trails. I'm as I mentioned in one of the earlier vlogs of I talked about joining boards, and I actually reached out to PACA, which is the Penticton and Area Cycling Association, which they do a ton of amazing work for Three Blind Mice, for Conkle Mountain, Campbell Mountain, and they service like in Summerland, even I think down in Oliver as well. I'm just getting familiar with the organization, so I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, but it's an awesome organization, and I'm going to be I'm in the process of building a brand new website for PACA, so stay tuned for that. It is going to be very exciting, and there's going to be a lot of fun new stuff happening in 2020 and beyond for PACA, and I just wanted to take a moment to just share this beautiful space with you guys. I'll kind of do like a 360 of just where I am, because it is beautiful. It's just stunning. It's just pure nature out here, and this is like a nice little open spot, but yeah, it is super lush and like thick foresty areas here in Three Blind Mice. I was up in Campbell Mountain yesterday, and it's a little bit more open. You can hear a lot of birds up in Campbell just because there's the dump, which is like nearby, so there's a lot of crows and different birds that are around there. But yeah, I hope that you guys have been able to get outside and just go explore and get some fresh air. And I know one thing that I've found really beneficial over the past year is actually when I go out for a walk, there's something about moving your physical body and working through thoughts in your head and working through problems, and just physical activity, even if it's just a walk, can be really good. If you have a challenge or something's like on your mind, go for a walk, and it's amazing how you'll start to clear your head and like think clearly, because your body's just moving, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. So get outside, get some fresh air, and just get outside, get connected to nature, and actually there's one more thing that I wanted to share as well. There's an interesting thought that I had today on cities, what city you live in, and if you're an extrovert and an introvert, and how does your environment play into the type of character that you are. Does it give you life? Does it not? One good definition that I've heard about the difference between an extrovert and an introvert is an extrovert is you get energy from people, from being out, from connecting from other people, and that's what gives you energy. And an introvert, you can still go out and socialize, but you need to retreat, and in that retreat time is when you get energy. That's two ways that I've kind of thought about, is this person an introvert or an extrovert? And then to layer that, the city that you live in, does it fit your character if you're an introvert or an extrovert? Like, for say New York City would be a great place for extroverts, right? Because there's just an energy when you go out in the city and you meet people, and there's lots of people, and there's a lot of stuff going on, there's a lot of doing going on. Dan and I just talked about this in our podcast, the most recent podcast, episode 14. You can go check it out. And this is kind of where this thought started to evolve in my head, and I wanted to talk it through with you guys as well. And like, Winnipeg is a great city for introverts because you spend a lot of time inside. You can obviously construct a lot of outside time and that, but it's a city that you have to survive through extreme temperatures, It gets from -40 in the winters with the wind chill to +40 in the summers, total extremes, but there's a long, cold, harsh winter. And if you're an introvert, Winnipeg could be a very nice place if you like to spend time inside. Just an example from personal experience. Like, I think cities that have a little something for everyone is obviously great. Sorry guys, just doing my my checks. But yeah, what cities do you guys think are good for extroverts and good for introverts? And obviously that's like painting, like, you know, there's gonna be introverts and extroverts in all cities, but kind of, you know what I'm getting at, and just wondering what thoughts you guys had around like what cities you think are really good for both. You know, and maybe factors that play into that is even how they're designed, and you know, what's the public transport system like, or what's the walking, what's their walk scores like in like in the city that you live in. Like Penticton is amazing at how many walking paths there are for the size of the city. We were walking down through, there's like a creek that goes all the way through the city, and it leads back up onto a lake that has, there's just like, I don't know, a reservoir lake, and it goes all the way through the city and then leads into Lake Okanagan. But it's a designed, rooted creek that's used to like funnel water in that way. But along the way, there's walking paths and biking paths through a big chunk of that, and it just makes the walking space beautiful, and I love that. So what cities have really good designs around walking and getting people like to and from point A and point B? Let me know what cities are great examples for that. And that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap up there. So I hope you guys get outside and go for a walk, get into nature, go for a bike ride if you can, and at the very least, just get outside and get your body moving. Go for a walk. Just get you know, some fresh air, and let me know what you guys think about the introvert extrovert thoughts around, you know, cities that are good. And until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.